I'm Chris Sharnagle for Rowan Television Network, and I'm here with Andy Spinosi, Kiessling, and Zach Taylor, stars of Red Noses that is going on in Toe Hill Theater in Bunce Hall at Rowan University. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Pretty good.
All right. Now, just to ask you guys a couple questions, as a theater guy myself, what were some of the process of getting in the character and really kind of grasping the roles?
Well, as soon as we figured out our roles in Red Noses, the first week of rehearsals we spent doing a clown workshop with our director, Tony Hostetter. We were in here just playing around with different things, trying to find the inner child and inner clown in all of us.
One of the tasks of that week was actually getting up here one at a time and finding ways to make our director laugh. And you just find a lot out about yourself. You find comedy is a really vulnerable place to be in.
It's interesting when you put on the nose how much inhibition goes away and how much you think about what you're not doing in your everyday life, how much of your body you're not using and how much of your voice you're not using, and what you're actually capable of when you're not worried about being judged.
The other question is for the when you guys finally got the script and got to read through it, what was the process of just looking at that character and dissecting the script and trying to pick and choose in that play, I guess you'd say?
I think the biggest part for me, because I'm the only person playing a person who actually lived, was finding out who he was, what he did. There's not a lot on him because he's not the biggest focus of this time period. Obviously, the plague is more important to historians, but just the little that I could find on him, getting to know what made him tick and what he was famous for and what he was infamous for, and then going from there. And obviously, I don't think my representation is anywhere near accurate, but he was. They got to have a little bit more fun because their people they get to create a whole person.
Yeah.
So.
That was a fun part, trying to create this whole new persona. The text is very poetic, so trying to dig through that to figure out what makes your character tick, why, in my case, why is this nun a nymphomaniac, and getting to create this backstory it's really exciting. It's just fun to have that creativity given to you.
Yeah, we have to go through a script, finding all the connections that we have with other characters, but then also just finding out who our character is deep down, who they are as a person, how they're shown, how they talk to different people. It's a very interesting process.
Now, just the other question I have, and it'll probably be the last one we have for the day, 'cause I know you guys are tired. You've got to run through. I know what that's like. But what was some of the more memorable moments of rehearsal? Like the funnier moments, or the moments where you had that holy crap, I found my character, that kind of stuff. What's one of your favorite moments?
I think mine was we were working on the scene where everyone comes to visit the Pope, and then they all leave, and he's got this monologue alone. And I was talking with the director and our vocal director, and they said, well, what happens if, he's very emotionally destroyed, if the power that he has ruined his mind? So we played with that a little bit, and it really just kind of clicked, and we went from there. So that was my...
I remember after one rehearsal, I was getting really frustrated because I couldn't figure out who Flote was. And one of our other director, Melanie Stewart, she stayed afterwards, and we really started talking more about who Flote is as a person, and maybe a resemblance of someone in that real time, now. And we came down to the late great Robin Williams with his role of Patch Adams. And after I figured that out, I went home, I watched the movie again. I just saw so much of Flote in him that it lit up my eyes, and the character has been amazing ever since.
I guess for me, I'm also a dance major, so when we started to incorporate the movement, it really helped, especially when Melanie came in and really worked with us on our character rhythms, just trying to find out how our character moves, how they breathe, how they live through just a series of improvisational games and strategies. And after that day, I really started to figure out who this complex character is and how I can relate to it.
Awesome sauce, guys. Thank you guys so much for sitting down or standing up with me, and and answer some questions. And thank you for your time and break a leg, guys.
Thank you.
You did a hell of a job, and I hope you guys continue to do so. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. And that's it for Chris Arnicle and RTN.